Good morning. This is Mrs. Elkhorn, and I'm here today, welcome, to kind of give you two resources to help when counting change or dollars. And this goes along with our unit on money, and that would go along with the SOL standard 2.7a, where kids have to count a collection and write a collection of pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters. So today I'm just going to give you two resources to help you when counting change, and I'm also going to kind of go through how to use it. Now, just a little hint, you get to decide which one works best for you. I'm giving you two, but you can decide which one works best for you and your child. You can print or use it online. If you can print it, I would print it out. And if you can print more than one copy, I would also print more than one copy. My other suggestion for this is if you can, sorry about that. Let's see if I can go in more now. Okay. If you can, laminate, if you have a way to laminate them, that would be helpful too. And that would help you not have to print them off more than once. And you don't have to print them off more than once, but once I show you how we're going to use the resources today, you might decide that laminating or printing them off would be easier. So we're going to watch the video, which is what I'm doing right now. You can print the resource or keep it online. You can use the chart to help you when first learning how to count collections of light coins. The first one I'm going to show you is going to help you with light coins. And then the other one I'm going to show you will help you when you're counting mixed collections of coins like pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters mixed together. Not like a collection of all pennies or all dimes or all nickels. So you can use the chart to help you when counting collections of coins that are not the same. So the first, hopefully I can get this one. Now I got to go back out again to show you all of it. The first resource that you will find is this document right here. Maybe if I turn it this way, we'll kind of have to go and see what works best for us right now. So this is the first one I'm going to show you. And this document or resource I would use if I was counting coins that are the same. And I also like this resource because it shows you how many pennies you need to have a dollar, which you're going to have to know. So here you see that you need 100 pennies to equal a dollar. So there's 100 cents in a dollar. It also shows you down here that nickels, you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 nickels to make a dollar or 100 cents. And then you need 10 dimes to make a dollar or 100 cents. And it also shows you how many quarters there are in a dollar. The other reason why I like this for when you're first starting counting coins, especially with light coins, is that it kind of gives you a little background on what the coin is worth and who's on each coin. So here it tells you that you're going to count by ones. It tells you that it's worth one, there's your cent sign. And it tells you that Abraham Lincoln is on the penny. So, and then if you look down here underneath the nickel, dime, and quarter, it tells you all the same thing. So that's why I like this resource, especially when you're first starting out counting. The reason why I like this for when you're counting light coins is because it kind of just goes along. So say you pick up a collection of pennies. Here you go. There's your collection of pennies. And not that you would have a hard time with just 3 pennies, but what you could do, and especially if you laminate this, is you could just color in how many you have, and then you know I have 1, 2, 3 pennies, so I have 1, 2, 3 cents. and then I would write it down as 3 cents with the cent sign. So that's how you could use that resource, not only to learn how much is in a dollar, how many pennies are in a dollar, how many nickels, dimes, and quarters are in a dollar, but it also helps you a lot with like coin collections and counting them. Same thing with nickels. If you forget how much a nickel is worth, on here it tells you that it's worth 5 cents. And when you're first starting out, not having to think about that is probably the easier, taking away the harder part of counting coins. So if you have, I only had one nickel in my house. So what you would do is you would just put your nickels, and I have one, so here I have one, and it tells me right there that it's worth 5 cents. So then again, I would just have to write it down as 5 cents. If I had more than one, then again, I could color them in. So there's 1, if I had 2, there's 10 cents, and then there's 15 cents. So that's how I could use that with like coin collections. Let me go with one that I have more than 2. I have 2 quarters. Okay, quarters are hard because they're worth a lot more. So quarters are gonna be harder for you to learn how to count than a dime or a nickel. We don't tend to focus on counting by 25s in school, so it's a little bit harder. So we kind of just have to learn that when we have 1 quarter, it's 25, 2 quarters, 50 cents, 3 quarters, 75, and 4 quarters is $1. But using this resource, it makes it super simple because you could just put your 2 quarters down and then you know you have 50 cents. So that's how I would use that resource for 2 different things. And again, this would be easier to use with like coins, although you could still use it when you're counting coins that are mixed as well. So there's that first resource that I'm going to share with you all. And again, you can choose which one works best for you and your child. There's that one. And my other one I kind of like. And it just has a chart. It's kind of like our hundreds chart that we deal with in school, that goes from 1 cent to 100 cents. But this is how I would use this. When counting, again, I could use it for mixed or not mixed coins, but I could use it for coins that are the same, to learn how to count. Say I have 2 quarters. Well, there's 25 cents. Okay, and my collection is 2 quarters. Well, I would find the 25 cents on my chart, and here's the advantage of printing this out more than once, or again, laminating it if you can. You could always color in 25 cents, and then you know you have 25 cents, and then say you have a collection of 2 quarters, you would just count on 25. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. And then you know you have 50 cents. So let me show you that again. I have 2 quarters in my collection of like coins. So I would color in the 25, and then I would count on. Don't count this one, you count on from the next one. So count on 25. Now, the other way I could do it is I need 25, right? Well, I know because we've studied the hundreds chart that this is 25, and when I go from 25 to 35, that's 10. So there's 10, and then when I go from 35 to 45, that's 10. So you have 10, 20, and I just need 5 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I still get 50. So that's how I'd use it. You know, doing like coins. You could use it for, you know, 5s. You could use it for your pennies, and you could also use it for your dimes. Remember, dimes just go down this right-hand column. Super easy way to use that for counting coins. Now let's say I get a collection of coins that's mixed. There we go. I have a collection of coins that's mixed. I have a quarter, I have a dime, and I have a penny. And when I go to count these, I'm going to count them from the biggest, not the biggest coin, but the one that's worth the most. So this is worth 25 cents. This coin is worth 10 cents, and this coin is worth 1 cent. So this coin is going to be my biggest amount, or my largest amount of worth or value. So I'm going to start with that. Again, this is how I could do that. I'm going to come over here and I'll mark out my 25 cents on my chart. And then I have 10 cents and 1 cent. So this is how I would do that. So I have 25 cents marked out. I could either start at the 26 and count out 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then have my 1 cent. There you go, 1 cent right there. So I have 36 cents. Or, let me show you again. So you have 25 and you need to add 10 cents. So you count out 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you have your penny, which is worth 1 cent. There's your 1 cent. So you end up with 36 cents. The other way I could do this, again, I know when I go down my columns that it's worth 10 cents. So from 25 to 35, there's my 10, right? There's my 10 cents. And I just need to count my penny now. So there's my penny, 36 cents. And then when I go to write it, I'm going to write 36 cents. Or sometimes when you write 36 cents, you're going to put your decimal point in the front too. However, I don't need to include a dollar sign because I don't have any dollars right now. Let me show you with a different one. And you're going to have to kind of ignore my colored in. This is, again, why printing off more than one would be helpful. So now I'm going to get a new collection. Maybe something a little bit different. Something that's not super hard. All right, so here I have a nickel, which is worth 5 cents. I have a dime, which is worth 10 cents. And then I have my 3 pennies, which are all worth 1 cent. So I want to put these in order of worth. So who's got the biggest value? I know it's not the biggest coin, but it is the one right here that has the largest value. So that's 10 cents. 5 cents, and then you have your 3 that are 1 cent. I'm going to push this just off a little bit for you. And I'm going to start with and I think my cat just came through, but I don't think you could see him. I'm going to start off by marking off my largest value, so 10 cents. So I'll come over to my chart and I'm going to mark off my 10 cents, okay? Because that's where I want to start. And then I go to my next 5 cents. So here's where you're going to have to count out. So 5. Don't count the 10 cents because that's where you're starting. So you count 5 after that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And leave your finger there. You could mark it with your pencil and put a little dot. And then you have 3 cents left to count. So there's my 5 cents. So right now I have 15 cents with 10 cents and 5 cents. And then I need to add in my 3 cents. So 1, 2, 3. That's 18 cents. So when I have a dime, a nickel, and 3 pennies, I have 18 cents. And again, I could write it 18 with the cent sign, or I could put my decimal point in to show that I know how to use a decimal point. So there you have it. Your 2 resources that I have given you this week to help you learn how to count with coins, either coins that are the same or coins that are mixed collections. So again, you can choose which one of these resources you'd like to use. Just pick the one that works best for your child. And then again, you could use both of them. It's up to you. Thank you.